Today's kind of fun. I'm going to take you on a little bit of a start to finish, a tiny bit of a day in the life of a vintage reseller. So Derek and I started our day with going to Pilates, which is always a good decision. And then we quickly followed it up with a trip to Goodwill. Then we needed to do some dropping off some packages, and then I got home and the real work began. So come with me as I take you through finding something at the thrift store, bringing it home and taking it through the whole process up to getting it listed. So come along with us as we do a little day in the life, start to finish, of a vintage reseller.
Okay, if we look hot and sweaty, it's because we are hot and sweaty. We were just at Pilates, and when we left, Dirk said, "Where are we going?" And I said, "Where do you think?" "We're going to Goodwill." Been to Goodwill, this Goodwill in a couple of weeks. So, I mean, it's a Monday. People were probably dropping stuff off all weekend. So we're going to go in and make sure that there's not treasures inside that we're missing out on.
It probably is.
I'm sure. You know there is. So let's go check out Goodwill.
Okay, this is a cute little Anthropologie brand. $2.99, 2 of 3 though. Okay, let's see if we can find the other 2. Make it happen. Oh, look at that. I just bought one of these the other day at the antique store.
Did you sell those?
Oh yeah. I definitely sell these cute little Boynton. Coffee, tea, or mud. Cute. $3. I love these old Boynton coffee mugs. I can't resist them. So cute. So wooden owl is cute. Oh, World Market. I get fooled all the time. All the time. This down here looks like a cookie jar, like a Southwest Adobe. It is $5.99. It is treasure craft. I don't know what that is. Sculpted cookie jar. If you were into Southwest decor, that might be fun. Derek's killing it. He found these, and they're old. I can't tell if they're prints. Obviously, somebody sold them or was trying to sell them at some point for $10. And Goodwill is actually trying to do it a little bit cheaper. But there's a pair. So you might be able to sell those, maybe. It's a little dish. So it would be such a cute Valentine's Day decor. Stamp made in Italy, hand painted. It's $3. I don't know if I want to hang on to it that long, but it's $3. It makes cute little decor, but I may leave it for somebody else. Okay, the cat person in me, I can't believe it's $5, but this little oven mitt is dated 1992. Now this little, it's a terracotta vase. It's hand painted. I can't tell what it is. It's $4.99. I mean, there's not a stamp. It's it's old in some respects. It's kind of dirty. I like the colors of it and the shape. So I'm going to look it up. The cart's kind of filling up, but I always fill up first, look out later. This is a cast iron mold. It's really heavy. It's hard to tell what it is until you flip it over, and you can see these are little Santas. And I guess they're little, is it a little cake mold? And then you can put these together. I'm not sure. It's $5.99. Oh, it's so heavy. But again, I'm going to look that up. Okay, look at this little box. It is priced $5.99. It says Good Journey, so it looks like it's a like an old piece of luggage. And the inside, I mean, it's just made of paper. I'm curious about it. The price is kind of high, but I want to look it up, see what it is. Guess if you're a fan of Mrs. Fields cookies, this is a cute little cookie jar. It's $8, but it looks like it's in good condition. It seems like somebody brought in their cookie jar collection today, because here's another one that is the same treasure craft. I'm not, and they've got $9.99 on this one. I don't know much about cookie jars, old cookie jars, to know. But yeah, somebody brought in their cookie jar collection. Okay, I walked right by this earlier, and then when I walked just past, I thought, well, that's signed. What would you do? Would you take a chance on something like this? It's a pretty good size. What do you guys think? What should I do? We got a little bit of clothes for ourselves, and I thought this jacket, I couldn't leave this jacket behind because I thought it was really, really cute. I didn't try this on for you, honey. Isn't that cute? Isn't that a cute jacket? It just needs to be dry cleaned, but it's lightweight. Ooh, the pockets are kind of bad. Like ripped. I'm not gonna be able to put anything in this pocket. I'll lose it forever. But that's something, you know, I think probably the dry cleaning place could probably fix that for me. Hopefully. There's something falling out of the pockets.
Got some money.
And there's some buttons or an old mint. I tried on a sweater the other day, and I reached into the pockets, and somebody's Kleenex were still in the pockets. So yeah, be careful when you're trying on vintage clothing. But I thought that was cute, and it's lightweight. It'd be cute with jeans, right?
Sassy.
We'll see. And then some other fun things. We have a party we're going to this weekend, and we put some outfits together, a dress-up party. So a good little haul at Goodwill. Now we gotta take some stuff to the post office and get to listing. We gotta get home. I've got work to do. For a couple of dimes in the pocket of my new coat. So we made money.
Made 20 cents. There we go, baby.
I'm already ahead,
Here
right? Whenever I bring home new finds, the very first thing that I do is a little bit of research to make sure it is something that I want to keep and that I'm going to be able to resell it. And if that is the case, then I go ahead and add it to my inventory list. Make sure that I include all the important information in case I forget. Now it's time for a good cleaning. I try to clean everything that I can that I bring home from the thrift store. Some require a little more cleaning than others, but I try to give everything a good clean, and also it's a great way to get the price tag off the bottom or wherever it's located on things. It helps it loosen up that adhesive. But everything gets a good scrub and a wash because most of the time it's pretty dirty. Now here's my little trick for getting stickers off of books. I use a hair dryer. On the highest heat, I let the hair dryer heat up the adhesive till it loosens a little bit, and then I slowly start to peel back the price tag, and I just take my time, let that heat do its work until the sticker comes off clean without pulling off any of the important parts. I like to thrift something for everyone. I want everyone out there, because we all have different tastes. I want everyone to be able to come to my shop and find something they like. That's the whole point, is to get shoppers in so they can find something they can't live without. And this, I covered a lot of bases today. I feel like it's a little something for everyone, as I always like to say. So, okay, what did I get? I did come home with this little Boynton mug that Derek found. It's in good condition, meaning no major chips or cracks. I don't ever leave these behind because these have always been good sellers for me. Most of these I think were from the 80s and 90s, maybe some early 2000s, I'm not sure. But usually these sell for me anywhere from $15 to $25. I did come home with this Mexican folk art. When I looked it up, some similar vases had sold. It's hand painted. The glaze is really bright and pretty. I think it's a beautiful piece of art, and it seems to tell a story. I'm not sure exactly what's happening in this particular story. They seem to be watching a guy climb a pole. If you know what that's about, let me know, because I'd love to include that in the description of the piece. But there's no markings on the bottom as far as who made it or where exactly it came from. But like I said, when I've looked it up, it is, I believe it is a piece of Mexican folk art. I did grab this plastic serving platter. It's called, when I looked it up, it's like something touchdown. And if you can't see it, right here, there's a guy catching a pass in the end zone. So it is definitely vintage. The comps, again, two different listings I saw, this had sold out. I love seeing that anytime I look up a piece because it means people want it, people like it. And if it's priced right, I'm sure it'll sell. What I love about this is because it's plastic, it is perfect for tailgating. Right, it's perfect for any kind of game day situation, college, NFL, flag football, any type of football situation it's perfect for. Why I like that it's plastic is because it's easy to transport. If you're at a tailgate, right, this is super easy to throw in your boat and tote to take with your other serving pieces for your football gathering. I also like that it's not a specific team. There's no logos on it or whatever. So as Derek said, when we were carrying this to the car, he said, you better hurry and get that up because right now it is August and college football season and NFL are just knocking on the door. So I will get this up in the shop very soon. And it's lightweight, even though it's a larger size, it's lightweight. So it shouldn't be too expensive to ship. So look for this. Now, I love thrifting old books. My whole reselling origin story, which fits well with this book I'm about to share, my origin story starts with reselling books. I love to read. I love books. There are books all over my house, both as decor and that we read. Derek is a big reader as well. I hope I've raised 2 readers. I think I can confidently say that now. They're both great readers. But anyway, so I love thrifting books. I'm getting pickier and pickier about the types of books that I thrift. I typically thrift a lot of cookbooks, and then the rare, odd book every once in a while. And today, again, Derek gets credit for this because he found this. It is The Origins of Marvel Comics, and it's by Stan Lee, who is the creator behind Spider-Man and the Hulk and all those guys. So this is a first printing from 1974. The price on the top of this is $5.95. Unfortunately, it has, I can't hardly call it damage, but just like some age along the pages on the outside, but on the inside, it's still in great shape. I did see a comp on eBay that it was going for $75, but it was in really good condition. It was also a first printing, but it was in a lot better condition than mine. I'm not going to sell this for $75. I will have it for a much more reasonable price. Now this, I don't think I filmed this in the store. This is a berry basket from what I researched, the little bit of research I did. So it has a basket weave pattern around the edge. It is stamped made in Portugal on all of these pieces. So there's 3 different pieces, and on the very back, it does say made in Portugal exclusively for Neuwirth. I'm not familiar with Neuwirth as either a store or a brand, so I need to look that up. But again, when I looked it up, the comps were nice. They were a little bit hot. There was highs and lows like you can typically find with some pieces, but I will meet that price somewhere in the middle. My guess is that you store all your berries here in the middle, and this is for a little bit of cream and cream. This is for cream. I did it again. I'm losing my voice. This is for cream, and I think this side would be for sugar. That's what I'm guessing anyway. But, okay, so why on earth did I thrift this? I thrifted it because it's unique. This isn't something you just come across all of the time. I had never seen any little serving piece like this before, which is why it caught my attention when it was on the shelf. And a lot of times I feel like white ceramic pieces like this, it's a little bit like the sections that's just glassware. It's so easy for your eye just to glaze right over it and not pay it any attention because it just blends in with the shelves. And this was on a lower shelf as well. But it was the shape of, the low profile basket and then these 2 little serving pieces on the end. I was like, well, that's different. What is that? I love finding things like this because I want to have the thing that you can't just find a ton of. I think that's fun. So that's why I thrifted it. I thrifted it because it was unique and different. And I hope someone will see this and think, oh, I would love to have this for a brunch. And that's kind of where I would picture it is for a family breakfast or a brunch. And if not berries, you could serve all kinds of things in these little pieces. So I will put that in the shop. Derek found these. I'm telling you what, Derek has a good eye and he likes to shop. I'm so grateful that he likes to come with me. He is my helper and he's my partner in so many ways. So he found these, but they are 2 nautical sailboat prints, framed prints with this black with a little bit of gold trim, and 1 horizontal, 1 vertical. I will not sell these as a pair. I'll probably do them in the same listing so that if someone wanted both and they're right there ready to go, these would be great. Anyone decorating with any kind of nautical decor, if you were doing a child's bedroom or playroom that had more of a nautical theme, these are great. Would look pretty on a bookshelf, hung together on a wall, hung separately. So we'll have these in the same listing, but we'll sell them separately. So I did come home with Barbie. I came home with Barbie, and I don't know if you can tell, like she's a really good size. I should say Barbies. I came home with the Barbies. And this is by an artist. Now I've done a little bit of research about this artist. His name is Nelson de la Nunez. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. It's N-U-E-Z, Nuez. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm not. But he is It says he's often known as the king of pop art. And he's originally from Cuba, came to California, has, I guess, been creating this art since the 80s. And this one, I believe, so down here on the bottom, it says 96 and with a little copyright C on there, which I'm going to guess means 1996. But this piece is a print, maybe a lithograph, I'm not sure. Afternoon in the Park with Barbies. And then it is signed by him. And then has from the gallery that whoever originally purchased it, it has the information about the artist from the gallery. I tried to look up the gallery. It's no longer, at least the website's no longer in business. I couldn't find anything about it. It was down in Torrance. I looked him up. He has pieces going for crazy, crazy amounts of money. Of course, those are original pieces. His prints, there's a range. I've seen $100. I've seen several $100s. I've seen $1,000, $1,500. I found one other like this one, but it was sold, and I don't know what the sold price was. And I believe when I looked at the description, it was smaller. It was more of like an 8x10. And so this is a print that is double matted and framed. I've debated if I want to sell it framed, just really kind of for shipping, because it does make it heavier, right? This is glass, so you have to worry about that. And also the gold frame is, I don't know if you can tell, it's very bright. It's a very bright, shiny gold, which may not appeal to everyone. It doesn't necessarily appeal to me, but that doesn't mean it won't appeal to someone else. What I love about this is that, number one, of course, if you're a Barbie fan, you're going to love this. I think it's this kind of bubblegum pink matting makes me feel like, oh, this would be perfect in a little girl's bedroom. Or any child that loves to play with Barbies and is a fan of Barbies, in a playroom, in a bedroom. I think it'd be perfect. And you could always paint this frame or just get it reframed. And so I think I might let the new owner make that decision and just kind of leave it as is and not mess with it. And that way then, right, the print and all of it's protected. The pricing is going to be tough because, and I struggle with this because I don't want to leave money on the table. I don't want to just give it away, especially if it really does have some value. But at the same time, the point is to sell it. And, I don't want to sit on it forever either. I'd rather somebody find it that really wants it and is in love with it and has to have it. Okay, I thought I'd give you a little behind the scenes of my office. Okay, this is actually our guest bedroom. When it's not working as a guest bedroom, it is my office. So you'll see that I have turned this closet into my little office space. So when we have guests, like we did a couple of weeks ago, I just swivel this chair here in this corner. I take out my little booster seat and I pull the curtains closed. And you would never know. Now, as far as my guests being able to hang anything up, they're kind of out of luck. And this isn't here when I have guests. So this is my this is my to be listed little station. This means that this has all been inventoried, it's been cleaned, it's been photographed, and now it's ready for me to list it in my Etsy shop. Even put a little lamp here, so it's not so dark. Try to make it a little cute for me in here. So it's a happy place. And those of you who have been to my Etsy shop might recognize this guy. So a lot of times before they leave to go to their new home, they find a happy place here at my home, because I might as well enjoy him until he leaves to go to his new home. And this is what happens sometimes, where I fall in love with something because it has sat in my house waiting for its new home, and then it gets removed from my store and I decide to keep it. I think that's what they call a foster fail. I'm just fostering these pieces until they find their new home. Out in the garage where I do all my packing, and you guys, I've got to say, my customers have the best taste. I mean, they really, really do. Look at all this that I need to pack up tomorrow. Actually, I need to pack up today so I can ship out tomorrow. Somebody got this beautiful crystal vase. This vintage plate. I love selling the one-off plates, especially when it's vintage spode. Someone finally bought this fantastic vintage vegetables on a rope. When I found this last spring, I thought, oh, somebody's going to want this. And somebody did. And it'll be going to its new home. This beautiful crystal ashtray. This little tureen does not have its lid, and so I sold it accordingly. But again, another vintage piece from England that I hope whoever is getting this is going to turn it into something fantastic, and we'll share pictures. Maybe planting some orchids in there, or I don't know, you could just use it as like a fruit bowl on the counter. Endless uses. This vintage tea tin, I sold that. One of these Port Marion canisters. Excellent taste, excellent customers. Gotta get the bubble wrap wrapping. All right, the orders are all ready to head to their new home, so I just need to put them out on the front porch for our postman, Edward, to pick them up tomorrow. If you enjoyed coming along in this little start to finish day in the life of a vintage reseller, I hope that you will hit the like and subscribe button, and you can always shop my finds at collectedcalifornia.com. Every piece tells a story, and I'm so glad you're a part of mine. Until next time.